Welcome back for Game 5, 2024 Canadian Golf Croquet Championships. We're at the North Toronto Croquet Club in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And this is the final game of the final. It's been back and forth. John Richardson in white won the first game 7-0 over Adam Barr. That's me in the red shirt. I came back in game 2, won 7-3, snuck game 3 out at the hook, 7-6. John then won game 4, 7-5. And here we are putting in the setups. This has been a long day. We're 4 games in. We had about an hour and a half rain delay and lunch. Had we known, we would have taken lunch during the rain delay, but we had lunch before the rain came. So add it all up together, I think we've been out on the court for sure for 4 hours, but including the breaks, I think we're over 6 hours for sure. So we have a few hardcore people that have hung around and are still watching. A lot of people left after the rain. So after seeing that blue was blocked by black on red, sort of a free shot for yellow. And that is the first time in 5 games that I've won Hoop 1. So I think it's a pretty good time to do so. Having won game 3 was big as well. It ensured that if John won game 4, I was going to have first ball in game 5, and we see that pay off immediately. A chance to get a 1-0 lead for me. So after a few setup shots, you see me lining up yellow, my putt reading pose, which indicates I'm shooting, and I believe I'm trying to clear blue here. And from this angle, it looks like I missed by a fair margin. So John's going to have a chance to quickly tie this match up, which he does. So we're going to get some setups here. This is a big battle, a big pivotal moment in this game and match. So you see the red is good. Now the yellow looks like it's come in maybe on top of it. I cut out the part John did walk up and investigated it. And I guess he felt that yellow was hindering red. Red wasn't a danger to score. But if red can get this by the blue, could clear black across the lawn. Not a great shot at all. Did not get black far enough away. So John's managed to clear it. Black's taken the boundary. I've still got a hoop shot here, it looks like. And that was quite a bit wide. So 1 miss so far. So John's going to play in a little bit up from yellow and to the side so that yellow would have a hard time keeping a hoop position. Red coming in, going to end up, looks like pretty short. So John's lining up the 7-yard hoop attempt here. and he's gone off the outside of the right wire. So I thought maybe red was protecting blue, would have been unfortunate, but yellow was open, actually got all the way to the left side of blue, so that's great. Yellow's on the boundary, straight on. So we saw John's hoop attempt hit the right wire, and actually we're going to see coming up, he's going to have a series of misses all to the right. So he's struggling with some alignment, I would assume. It can happen. You get into a little rut, you can't seem to hit it straight, and it's hard to reset when you're in the middle of a game. So you saw John look. Obviously, he's not dealing with that. Red does not score. Watching this back, I'm not exactly sure what I'm planning here. You know, it looks to me like John has this jump all day, but he doesn't even seem to consider it. So he just clears yellow. And you see me, I'm not spending any time thinking about how to score red. You know, again, this angle looks like it's right in the middle of the job, but obviously not. I'm just going to play up. You can't go too close and leave your opponent an easy stop shot, so I've gone up a few yards. And it looks like John played a block protecting the hoop from red. So yellow shoots. It's a nice clearance again, taking the boundary straight on from the hoop. So looks like John's going to set up another little block here. It looks like he's got the block. I'm getting ready to jump here. Nice jump. A wire down. Spun out. So I think that's 2 misses for me so far. John's missed 1. The hoop continues. And I'm down reading this again. My assumption here is the black's protecting the hoop. So I gotta get rid of blue. It can be quite difficult not to accidentally run it in. So you see in slow motion here, just getting the very edge of blue. Yellow bounces into red. Blue is cleared, but not a great result for red and yellow. So John lines up. He was trying to protect black from red. He missed it, but I missed the clearance and actually got the blue ball. So John's got free and clear short hoop. Very straight on, so you're really thinking about getting this all the way down. to hoop 4. But like I mentioned, that was off the right wire. Not really close at all from that distance. So yellow back in front. I've got to use yellow there to protect the hoop. I wonder if John's maybe think he can get by yellow. Not sure. He doesn't really look comfortable. But he's made the hit. Good enough to clear it. So I think we're at 2 misses each now at this hoop. That's a nice ball. Anytime you can clear the ball that plays before you, it's quite strong. John's got the boundary under control. So he's in a very good position right now. So I'm sort of thinking about what to do. Watching this back, I haven't decided if I like this or not, actually. One thing I'm remembering, though, black is not off the lawn. So bringing yellow up to black just ensures, I don't think blue's going to shoot at yellow. If I had gone anywhere in front, I think that blue would just take the easy shot and clear yellow. So John puts one in front. He's missed the block, meaning yellow is open on the hoop. So I'm lining up to hit red into black. This is tough because if I hit it all on the wrong side, black's just going to go out of bounds right near where it is. It won't be effective at all. But actually, this is a really nice shot. Got all of it, sent it clear across the lawn while also getting red out off the lawn near the hoop. And it looks like that's short. So when I first was watching this when editing, I thought that I was reading the hoop here. I actually thought I was going to score. That was my memory. But here we go. So I actually was not even shooting at the hoop. Hit blue. Almost got yellow into the jaw, but instead yellow is stuck on the wire. Not strong. So I remember walking up here and looking at black, and the in-off was just too easy. I just felt I couldn't leave black as it was, even though blue is a dangerous ball too, to potentially be jumping yellow later. So this is a really good example of feet alignment and how it impacts the swing. So I got a freeze frame here. To me, it looks like I'm going to miss just like I did. So it was actually quite interesting watching that back. So now we see John trying to clear yellow, which he does. So I thought it was on the wire and would have had a tough time doing anything effective. But for him to clear it indicates that that's not the case, or he didn't like the way it was. because he was going to have a jump if all yellow could do was go back in the jaw. But he cleared yellow out, so yellow cleared blue. Again, I got the good side. Sent yellow to the boundary, facing the hoop. This is a block attempt. And if you watch me, I'm checking, and then John's checking, and you'll see a little disgust, a little shake of the head by John. I think what it turns out to be is that yellow is the one that's open on the hoop, and black is the one that is blocked by blue. So John's looking at my line, and since he can no longer score, he's got to play this as a block, protecting the hoop. And I've had enough of this hoop. I've decided to take it on. It's risky, right? If I miss, blue is all over red. Easily can send red somewhere wired, and black would have a free hoop shot. So this is definitely a big moment. And through these fist pump. It looks like blue is behind the hoop now. So John's going to have to play a little bit wide. Wider than he would have normally wanted to. And red's gone too long. So see, black is good, and if John and I both head over, John would have been trying that to wire black from red. So yellow here has to shoot at black or just run the hoop. Looks like I was going for black. It was bouncing along, missed black. So red cannot see black at all. So the only effective thing to do here is clear blue. Did not do a great job of that. Would have obviously liked to have stayed around the hoop. So again, John wide open. And again, he's struggling with lining up a little to the right of his intended target. So when your opponent's struggling like that, you'd love to capitalize and get some good things happening. So red here, I think I'm trying to play tight position, probably inside yellow, maybe even protecting yellow from black, but it's so short, and look at me, I'm not happy. So John has a fairly easy clearance here, black into yellow. And he's pushed yellow a good way away. So my thinking here was try to block. Blue's not a gimme by any means. So if I can get one in there tight, it would be great. It's a fairly good length, but it did not come close to the actual block. So John's got himself another hoop shot. And just freezing that, again, you can see he's missing by a good half ball or more on all those sort of medium distance hoops and clearances. So this is huge. I've, spotted right away that I can send black to a wired position, and the angle will naturally take red to hoop 5. So the red is great, but the I did not get enough angle on black, so it is open on yellow. But there's still pressure for John here, given how close yellow is to the hoop and how close red is to the next hoop. And I don't want to keep repeating it, but there's another miss to the right. And you just got enough to touch yellow. See me taking extra time here, took a deep breath. This is a huge hoop. Considering the score, this would put me up 3-1, but also that I've got the first ball at the next hoop. So that was very big for me. John under some more pressure here. Got to deal with that red. He's got to be getting frustrated with the number of misses, particularly those 2 in a row. This was July 14th, I believe, and I'm recording this December 29th. So a long time between. I remembered, though, that I had scored hoops 4 and 5 like this, but I did not remember that John had so many chances to score hoop 4. So watching it back, pretty fortunate that he was giving me some chances. So I think I definitely took some speed off my hoop shot with red there, trying to assure I got the hoop. Yellow was giving black a whack, or maybe the hoop, but missed both. And yellow went offside. I probably had the peg in the way, which forced me to go wide like that. It's not really a useful shot at all. Even if black were to miss, blue's all over red. I don't really like, that red wasn't really well thought out, I don't think. But John scores that one. So my yellow had gone offside. It was quite a good shot from that distance. Definitely hoop. It's a hoop runner. Something the opponent has to worry about. If you're just starting golf croquet, or want to get better, if you can work on your setup shots, they're not complicated, but they're so powerful. If you can put the balls in, it puts a lot of pressure on the opponent. My red is not a good example of that. The yellow was. So you see John has to clear yellow here. Blue looks like it might have blocked yellow, but he does not want to give me an opportunity to jump. To go, what would that be, 5-2? So nice mid-pace clearance. He's kept his hoop position. He hasn't pushed yellow far away, right? I think he would expect, I would expect, that I'm going to hit blue at a very high percentage. I want to laugh. I did hit it, but obviously a miserable connection. just touched blue enough to put it beside the hoop. So John's just considering what to do here. Doesn't really want to go in front and block black. So safe shot. Just clear red away. Maintain blue around the hoop. So I have decisions. I could clear black, clear blue, block, maybe run the hoop, maybe go into the jaw. This looks like a nice block on blue, but black is going to be wide open here. So it looks like John is playing on red. He does not like to leave that there. Perhaps he's thinking in off, just like what he got. It may have been sort of a natural where you feel really confident, you know, moving red is never wrong. And if you can go into the jaw is great. I think he would have preferred to stay in the jaw in that case. So yellow from a great distance has gone too far. So we got blue coming in. Blue cannot go too close to the hoop. Yellow is too far, but it's in a very good defensive position because any ball that it's hitting to the farthest points on the court. It's a big chance here for red if it can make a nice setup. It looks a little wide. We've got some interesting character on a few of these setups, and you can find the balls moving in ways you weren't planning. Red looks okay though. So yellow, if it can smash yellow across the lawn, or yellow will smash blue across the lawn, putting pressure on blue to hit red back. Blue and black are set up where it's a natural double. Just hitting blue straight will take care of black as well. And we see that with the freeze frame. Really nice connection. See yellow starting to hop after it hits. Then blue pings off black. Sometimes you can get a bit unlucky. You hit them so centrally that, you know, blue could hit black and deaden it, but it had some juice on it, and all the balls scattered. So John's got to make that clearance. That's so close. Again, if we're counting, that's again slightly right. Taking my time, definitely not nervous specifically feeling, but every shot, everything, a little higher stakes. Even John on this setup, you know, just taking a little extra time, trying to be as perfect as we can be. It looks pretty good. Black is a hoop shot. Yellow, if it's not fully blocking, it certainly would be something John's going to have to think about. So John plays a really nice blue, and I'm just going to line up. Got to clear blue. That's what I'm thinking. And I've missed For me, my miss was on the left. So I think John will be trying to cut yellow down the lawn into a wired position where yellow won't see blue. So he's picked the spot. He's going to go make sure it gets marked in exactly where it went out. And I'll read this one. I recall I could see some of it anyway. I mean, I'm going to shoot at it, so I wouldn't shoot at it if I couldn't see any. John's not even watching. That was really close. Just cut the wire. So John's free and clear here. He makes a nice one. He's rolled just past the halfway. So this game is tight. Red's nice distance. Looks a little wide again, wider than you'd like. That's a nice yellow. Inside black. This is great. The John's playing on red. And he's checking it out closely. I'm checking it out closely. Can I get red by the blue to hit the black? I think I'm checking there. Black is blocked on the hoop. But if I could clear black, it would obviously be much stronger, put pressure onto John to clear yellow. So we see the ball skipping along in slow-mo. Central connection on blue. Blue hops over yellow. So I've missed the ball I wanted to hit. So we got this sped up because John's going to take some real time, and that's fine in this critical moment. So I think John was obviously wondering, should he jump, should he clear yellow, but he's gone for the aggressive option. He's going to jump, and again he's hit the right wire. Jump was fine, just not the line he was hoping for. So I've got a very straight hoop here. Think back to that clearance when blue hopped over yellow. Lucky that yellow's still there. And I'm through. Not with confidence, but it's through. It's a big lead, 6-4 in game 5. John's come up short. So red playing for a wire here in a defensive mode. I won't be able to score if I get wired from blue, but it ensures that I could deal with black wherever black comes in. I was wondering though that if I missed the block, I sort of feel like blue was actually open on red, and it shapes some other decisions here. Because if blue is open on red, and that's what I'm checking, it has to be open, I think, or this shot doesn't make sense. So I'm playing basically to try to take position, block black, thinking that blue is going to smash red away. But it ends up just being too close to blue. It's an easy clearance. Again, remember, clearing the ball, if you can safely clear the ball that played just before you, it's very strong. So John does just that, controls blue. So he has 2 balls in front. So red here has no choice, needs to clear black. Try and maintain position around the hoop, which I've done. So black will come back to position. And that's come up short. It's going to have a hoop shot, but John would have been looking to get that more straight on. So I seem happy here to try to throw a block in. Oh, that's very good. Blocking the hoop. Sort of forcing John here to clear. Too aggressive to try and jump there, I think. Game on the line. So that rotation has effectively flipped control back to me, as long as I can make a good red here and keep position. I would have loved to have rolled left in front of the hoop, but it's strong. It's great defensive position. And I think that's what John is checking out there. You know, can red score? Yes. So if you're if you're black, what can you do here? Setting up doesn't really make any sense at all. Red will be all over it. So John is playing the hoop. Very accurate and right through. He played it very slow. Maybe he was hoping for the draw. Although we see yellow there. Don't know that the draw would have been really great. But we're 6-5 now. That yellow is great distance, but just a touch wide. So we got this on sped up mode here, because obviously the situation is getting quite serious. I think John originally was looking like maybe he would just run blue, but now he sees red is legal for hoop 13. Remember, red hit black to the boundary and then black scored. So if John were to score here, red would have first ball, an easy setup. Black would have no chance at all to clear. And if John scored blue, he'd likely be on the boundary. So that would not be in his favor to try to score there. So red red seemed to be a good ball. Might be protecting the hoop from black. It's hard to tell. I think blue probably passes red to score. And we see the bad news for red and yellow. Red came in nicely, but it has stopped protecting blue from yellow. So John is lining up something. And we see if it just passes the post, it probably clears red, possibly even scored. But he's gone off the post. So I'm looking at yellow to blue, not looking good. It's a tough angle here. I don't want to play this into the jaw, giving blue a jump. So I think I decide that if I hit it just perfectly with some pace, I can squeeze it through. But just grabbed it. Dead in the jaw. So it's not terrible for yellow. It can be problematic if you're going to 13 and you're stuck in the jaw. But in this case, if blue were to jump and score, red would have the first ball to 13. I guess John was considering for a moment he could clear red and then count on black chipping yellow out, but I think wisely he's going to come to the realization that jumping with blue here is the only thing that makes sense. And again, John is a very strong jumper. And he's gone off the right wire and fallen down. Now, notice that yellow has moved. Yellow had previously been right in the jaw. When John Blue fell on it, see there on the left is the ball before his shot and then after. So had it been still in the jaw, I would simply just hit blue into yellow, scoring and ending the game. But it felt risky, and I thought, well, I'm a very good jumper, and I'll just jump through. But that was a terrible, terrible effort. It's got to be some nerves there. And you see my apology. I missed, but a couple of things have happened. Yellow is now centered. My red did not actually jump. It hit the back of blue. Blue hit yellow into the jaw. But then blue ended up protecting yellow from black. I'm very fortunate how those balls ended up. So we see John measuring up a bouncing jump. I think he quickly sees that as his best and maybe only option. However difficult that would be, he's got to fly black, bounce it over top of blue, land it, and push yellow out into a position that it wouldn't then just score. So he's got a lot to think about. You see, I've wandered off to the far corner. I'm just trying to stay out of the way. Get some nervous energy, rocking back and forth. It's very, very difficult, obviously, to judge it right And then I think what I would worry about is even if you judge it perfectly, as it flies over top of blue and bounces, it's still going to be bouncing. So I don't think it's going to have a very central connection on yellow. I don't think yellow is going anywhere. There's even red backstopping it. A good effort. So I slowly come in here, and I've thought about this, that, this is the type of shot I was happy to have to win my first national championship. An unmissable shot. I think that had I had to make a 8-footer under pressure, it would have been a lot more difficult. So this was really fun for me to watch this back and record some commentary. I think overall, John and I both, we didn't play the best that we are capable of, but we had a great back and forth match, and very pleased to have played John in the final. So that's it for the 2024 Canadian Golf Croquet National Championship. I hope you'll consider joining us next July in Toronto for the 2025 event. Take care.